Hello everybody. Today I am going to present you about the culture of England. I have made this book to depict the various aspects of English culture. Due to its long and prestigious history, England's culture is rich, recognizable, and has spread to most corners of the world. The nation has, for centuries, been one of the world's centers for fantastic art, literature, theatre, music, and the birthplace of industry. The English language has gained ever increasing acceptance as the preferred international medium of cultural and economic exchange. The topics covered in this Lapbook are food, literature, music, art, fashion, etiquettes, religion, sports, monarchy, dance, language, architecture, festivals, currency, landmarks. Food. I have depicted food in a waterfall card. Traditional fish and chips. Traditional breakfast. In traditional breakfast, there is toast, omelette, sausages, bacon, baked beans, baked potato, shepherd's pie, bangers and mash, Sunday roast, steak and kidney pie, English tea. The English have their tea around 3:30 or 4 p.m. They have cake, finger sandwiches and tea. Yorkshire pudding, modern breakfast. In modern breakfast, there is orange juice, cornflakes, toast and tea. Modern lunch. In modern lunch, there is a drink, a chocolate, a fruit, sandwiches and chips. Chicken tikka masala. Although this is an Indian dish, it was first made in England. Literature. Literature is depicted in a book. England has some of the most famous and fascinating literature ever written. Enid Blyton, a very famous children's author, has written more than 700 books. Her best-known books are Famous Five, Secret Seven, St. Clair's, Mallory Towers Mystery Series. C.S. Lewis, author of more than 30 books. His most famous books are Chronicles of Narnia, Screwtape Letters. J.K. Rowling, author of Harry Potter series. William Shakespeare, he is known as the greatest writer in the English language. He has written 39 dramas, 154 sonnets and many poems. Jane Austen, she is famous for her 6 major novels including Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility. Charles Dickens, a great novelist. He wrote books such as Oliver Twist, David Copperfield, Christmas Carol. Some of the other famous books are Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll, Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift, Robinson Crusoe by Daniel Defoe. Poets. Some of the famous poets are John Milton, William Blake, William Wordsworth, P.B. Shelley, John Keats. There are numerous poems which are read all over the world. A few of the famous poems are Daffodil's Ode to the West Winds, to Lord Byron, To Sleep. These are some of the pictures of some of the poets: Lord Alfred Tennyson, William Blake, William Wordsworth. Music. Music is depicted in a piano. These are the music sheets. Let me read them to you. Baroque music. This music started from 1600 to 1750. The orchestra, opera, and concert started. Some famous composers are Bach, Vivaldi, and Handel. Folk music is made up of songs and tunes from across the country, passed on from generation to generation. Classical music. This music started from 1750 to 1820. It's less complex than Baroque music. Some famous composers are Beethoven, Mozart, Schubert. Modern music includes folk music, jazz, pop, and rock music. Some famous bands are the Beatles, Oasis, Spice Girls, Blur, and the Rolling Stones. Art. We have depicted art using a card. England is a land of creativity and innovation. Museums and art galleries are in abundance. Sculptures and art festivals are organized. One of the largest art festivals, called Artsfest, is held in Birmingham. In the 16th and 17th century, only portraits were done by artists. In the 18th and 19th century, interest in landscapes increased. In the 20th century, modernism crept into art. Painting done in the 16th century. Youth Amid Roses by Nicholas Hilliard. Painting done in the 17th century. Portrait of a Family by William Dobson. Painting done in the 17th century. Nature Painting by Francis Barlow. Painting done in the 18th century. Chairing the Member by William Hogarth. Painting done in the 18th century. Angels Hovering Over the Body of Christ by William Blake. Painting done in the 18th century. Bury Priory Castle in Devon by Thomas Girton. Painting done in the 18th century. Mares and Foals by George Stubbs. Painting done in the 18th century. Lake Albano by Richard Wilson. Painting done in the 19th century. We Are Making a New World by Paul Nash. Painting done in the 20th century. The Elite Fish and Chip Shop by L.S. Lowry. Fashion is depicted in placards. People wore different types of clothes in different eras. Here we have shown the ancient and the modern dresses. 1548 man's dress. 1548 women's dress. 1610 women dress. 1650 man's dress. 1770 man's dress. 1770 women's dress. 1825 couple's dress. 1938 couple's dress. 1967 couple's dress. Flat cap, suit and boots, office wear, jeans, bridal dress. Etiquettes. Etiquettes is depicted in an accordion booklet. In England, politeness, reserve, and restraint are admired. The English are courteous, unassuming, and unabrasive, and are very proud of their long and rich history. Naming conventions. The first name, known as the Christian name, is traditionally followed by a middle name and then the family name, which in England is known as the surname. Meeting and greeting. The etiquette when greeting is to shake hands with all those present, even children. Last name should be used with the appropriate title unless specifically invited to use the first name. Men should open doors for women and stand when a woman enters a room. Always hold the door for a person following behind you. Dining and food. The British pay a lot of attention to good table manners. Even young children are expected to eat properly with knife and fork. Table manners are continental. The fork is held in the left hand and the knife in the right while eating. If invited to a meal at a restaurant, the person extending the invitation usually pays. It is important to arrive on time. Do not wave your hand or call out to summon a waiter in a restaurant. Instead, raise your hand. Taboos. Do not rest your elbow on the table. Do not stare. Do not be over familiar with people you do not know well. Do not ask personal questions such as how much someone earns, who they vote for, etc. Do not speak too loudly or cut into a conversation. Religion. Religion is depicted using a hexagon flower card. Christianity, 59%. In England, 59% of people follow Christianity. Islam, 4.8%. Hinduism, 1%. Sikhism, 1%. Judaism, less than 1%. Buddhism, less than 1%. Sports. Sports is presented in a paper fold. Cricket. Known as the gentleman's game, it was started in England. It is the national sport. Football is the most popular sport in England. There are more than 100 teams, and the most popular ones are Manchester United, Liverpool, and Arsenal. Ice hockey is a hockey game played on ice. It is an indoor sport which attracts the most spectators in England. Rugby originated from rugby school in Warwickshire. Two different types of rugby are played: rugby league and rugby union. Netball is a ball sport played by two teams of 7 players. It is played more by women. Tennis. England is the country that invented tennis. The world's famous tennis tournament is Wimbledon, which is in England. Badminton is the most popular racket sport in England. It was started by the English people, not in England but in British India. Festivals. Festivals is depicted in envelopes. New Year is celebrated on 1st of January. Many cities and towns in the UK celebrate the coming New Year by putting on public firework displays. The City of London has one of the famous ones. This is followed by the London New Year's Day Parade. Good Friday is celebrated in March or April. Good Friday commemorates the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. People eat hot cross buns on this day. They also eat fish instead of meat. There is a religious service. A man walks at the front carrying a wooden cross. Easter is celebrated on March or April. Easter Sunday, also called Resurrection Sunday, celebrates the resurrection of Christ. Easter eggs, Easter rabbit, Easter bunny, and sending Easter eggs are a tradition in Britain. Easter eggs are often large hollow chocolate eggs filled with chocolate truffles or sweets. Many people celebrate Easter Sunday by exchanging eggs. The kids have fun hunting eggs hidden around the house. Queen's birthday. The Queen's birthday is celebrated on the second Saturday of June. The Queen has 2 birthdays. Her real one on 21st April, then a second one, the official celebration on the second Saturday of June. The Queen usually spends her actual birthday with her family. The Trooping the Colour, a military parade, marks her official birthday. It is a ceremony performed by more than 1,400 parading soldiers, 200 horses, and 400 musicians. She watches this from Buckingham Palace's famous balcony. Guy Fawkes Day is celebrated on 5th November. Also called the Bonfire Night, the British light bonfires as well as fireworks everywhere in the country. This festival is rejoiced to honor the situation where Guy Fawkes had failed to blow up the Houses of Parliament on 5th November 1605. Christmas is celebrated on 25th December. England families celebrate Christmas together. Most families have a Christmas tree in their house for Christmas. Most villages, towns, and cities are decorated with Christmas lights over Christmas. The main Christmas meal is normally roast turkey, roast vegetables, and bacon and sausages. Dessert is often Christmas pudding. Mince pies and lots of chocolates are often eaten as well. Many churches hold special services. Boxing Day is celebrated on 26 December. The day after Christmas was when servants of the wealthy were given time off to visit their family. Each servant would be given a box to take home with food, a bonus, and gifts. Hence, it came to be known as Boxing Day. Traditionally, Boxing Day was a day for hunting. Nowadays, it has primarily become a day of shopping and sporting events. Currency. England's national currency is the pound sterling. 1 pound is equal to 100 pence. These are the coins and these are the notes. Monarchy. We all know that monarchs wear crowns. Hence, we have used a crown here. England has a queen. Her name is Elizabeth Alexandra Mary Windsor. Officially, she is known as Queen Elizabeth II. The Queen is the constitutional monarch. This means that though she is the head of state, the ability to make and pass legislation resides with an elected parliament. The Queen continues to play an important part in the life of the nation. The Queen's husband is Prince Philip. She has 4 children: Charles, Anne, Andrew, and Edward. She has 8 grandchildren. Dances. We all love to dance. Here we have shown the traditional dances of England. The information is presented in this circular book. Morris dance. Morris dance is a folk dance accompanied by music. It is being performed from 1448. Country dance. Country dance is a form of social folk dance. The dancing is friendly. People get to know each other in this dance. It started in the 16th century. Square dance. In a square dance, 4 couples dance in a square formation. Started from 1600. Rapper sword dance. Rapper sword is a fast traditional English dance. Its origins lie in the mining villages of England. It is danced with 5 people and a short sword. Ballet dance. Ballet dance. In the early 18th century, England was a place where foreign ballet dancers performed. In the 1920s, the Royal Academy of Dancing was started and England started its own ballet performances. Language. English is the most widely spoken language. Architecture. Architecture is depicted by a house. Most houses in England are made of stone or brick from the local area where the houses are built. England has many types of homes. Apartment. Several flats together in cities. Detached house. A house not joined to another house. Semi-detached house. Two houses joined together. Terraced houses. Several houses joined together. Oast house. Not originally a house. Nowadays people have converted it into a house. Thatch roof house. An olden day house. Landmarks of England. This is the map of England. The famous landmarks are marked and explained. 1. Hadrian's Wall. It is a stone wall barrier built 2000 years ago. It is on the border between England and Scotland. 2. Lake District. It is a national park with outstanding natural views, including both mountains and several large lakes. Windermere and Ullswater are the biggest. Yorkshire Dales National Park, with 840 square miles of outstanding scenery, protected wildlife and rich heritage, the rolling dales have an unrivaled sense of tranquility. York Minster. It is one of the world's most magnificent cathedrals, with foundations rooted in the nation's earliest history. Sherwood Forest. Sherwood Forest, woodland and former royal hunting ground, is well known for its association with Robin Hood, the outlaw hero of the medieval legend. The Broads is a national park with over 125 miles of navigable lock-free waterways set in beautiful countryside. 7. Cotswolds, with its rustic rural charm, rolling hills, vibrant market towns, and picture-perfect villages, the Cotswolds offer nearly 800 square miles of unspoiled countryside. 8. London. We will come back to this later. 9. Canterbury Cathedral, UNESCO World Heritage Site, seat of the Archbishop of Canterbury and the Mother Church of the worldwide Anglican Communion. It has been a place of worship for 1,400 years. White Cliffs of Dover. Made of brilliant white limestone chalk, it creates a natural wall for miles along the coast of Kent. 11. Windsor Castle. It has been a royal residence for over 900 years. It is one of the home of Queen Elizabeth II. 12. Stonehenge. It is the most famous prehistoric monument. It is a circle of stones. 13. Roman bath. Known for its Roman baths, it still has hot mineral water flowing into them. It was built by the Romans. 14. St. Michael's Mount. It is a tidal island that offers a magical pathway from the mainland as the tide recedes. A huge castle is present on this mount. London. London is the capital of England. Here we have shown some of the famous landmarks of London. Buckingham Palace. It is the London home of the British royal family. Tower Bridge. It was built between 1886 and 1894 across the River Thames. The drawbridge is lifted when a large ship passes through it. Tower of London. It was built in 1066. Within this, the royal jewels are stored. Big Ben. The tower has a huge clock and a bell and stands out tall. The clock weighs 300 tons. It was built in 1843. Westminster Abbey, also known as the Houses of Parliament, is where the Parliament meets. St. Paul's Cathedral. For more than 1400 years, a cathedral dedicated to St. Paul has stood at the highest point in the city of London. Greenwich. Royal Observatory, the center of world time, the home of Greenwich Mean Time, and designed by Sir Christopher Wren. The Royal Observatory is a world-famous scientific site. By an international agreement of 1884, each new day, month and year starts at the observatory. London Eye. This giant Ferris wheel offers some of the most beautiful views of London. Hope you enjoyed learning about the culture of England. Thank you for watching.